Have you ever felt like no matter how much you give, how much you care, or how much you sacrifice, people still treat you like you are not enough? Have you ever stayed quiet, lowered yourself, or begged for respect just to keep someone in your life? This story is not about anger. It is about pain, self-worth, and the moment a person realizes that begging for value only teaches the world to undervalue you. Once upon a time, there lived a young soul who believed that love, loyalty, and patience could fix everything. They were not rich, not powerful, and not loud, but they had a good heart. From childhood, they were taught to adjust, to understand, and to forgive. They learned early that being kind often meant being quiet. When people ignored them, they tried harder instead of stepping back. When people disrespected them, they stayed silent instead of defending themselves. They believed that one day, their effort would finally be noticed. They believed that if they kept proving their worth, the world would value them. No one warned them that some people only value what they don't have to earn. And so they kept giving, hoping kindness would one day be enough. As time passed, this person became the one who always showed up. They listened when others spoke, even when no one listened to them. They stayed when others left, afraid of being seen as replaceable. They sacrificed sleep, comfort, and self-respect just to keep relationships alive. They replied to messages even when their heart felt heavy. They apologized even when they had done nothing wrong. But something painful slowly began to happen. The more they gave, the less they were appreciated. Their kindness became expected instead of respected. Still, they stayed, afraid that walking away would mean they were not enough. There comes a moment when silence becomes heavier than pain. A moment when pretending to be okay starts to hurt more than the truth. One night, alone with their thoughts, they realized something heartbreaking. No one was asking them to stay. They were choosing to beg by remaining where they were not valued. Every unanswered message felt like rejection. Every ignored effort felt like proof they were invisible. Every broken promise chipped away at their self-belief. They were not losing people because they lacked worth. They were losing themselves by trying to prove it. And that realization hurt more than any goodbye ever could. If this story is touching your heart, subscribe to English Story Academy channel for emotional, meaningful, and powerful stories that stay with you long after they end. The awakening did not come with anger. It came with exhaustion. A deep soul-level tiredness of explaining, proving, and waiting. Tired of shrinking just to fit into spaces that never respected them. They finally understood that value is not something you ask for, it is something you carry. The moment you beg for it, you teach people that they can ignore it. They stopped explaining themselves to people who never listened. Stopped chasing closure from those who caused the pain. Stopped begging for time, attention, or love. Not because they stopped caring, but because they started respecting themselves. Walking away was not dramatic. There were no arguments, no long speeches, no emotional goodbyes, no revenge, and no need to be understood. Just distance, just silence, just peace slowly replacing chaos. People noticed only when access was gone. Some reached out too late, confused by the absence. Some didn't reach out at all, and that silence revealed the truth. Those who truly value you never need to be convinced. Life did not suddenly become perfect, but it became honest. The person learned that self-worth does not shout. It stands firm. It does not chase, beg, or explain itself. They learned that loneliness with self-respect is lighter than company built on disrespect. They learned that peace is not found in people who drain you. They began choosing spaces where effort was returned, not tolerated. Where presence was appreciated, not used. And slowly, they felt something unfamiliar but powerful. Peace, earned, protected, and deserved. One day, looking back, they no longer felt sadness for the people they lost. They felt relief for the version of themselves they saved. Relief for the boundaries they finally built. Relief for the strength they didn't know they had. They understood the truth that changed everything. The world treats you the way you teach it to treat you. When you stop begging for value, you stop attracting those who only see you when they need something. You stop shrinking to be accepted. And in that moment, you don't just gain respect, you reclaim yourself. Moral of the story: never beg for value where it is not freely given. The moment you choose self-respect, the right people recognize your worth. Subscribe to English Story Academy channel for emotional, inspiring, and unforgettable stories that change how you see life.